Stop. Just stop for a second and look around you. Look at the screens, the noise, the endless stream of expert opinions and flashing numbers. Doesn't it feel overwhelming? Like everyone is shouting about the next big thing, the next market crash, the next guaranteed winner. They tell you to buy this, sell that, follow the trend, or fear the future. They want you to believe that the secret to a great life, the key to true success, is out there, in a spreadsheet, in a stock ticker, or whispered by someone on a stage. But what if I told you they're wrong? What if the wisest man in the room, the one who built an empire on simple truths and relentless focus, the legendary Warren Buffett, has a message for 2026 that has absolutely nothing to do with the price of a single share or the interest rate or the next political drama? His advice, his real advice, is simple, terrifying, and profoundly beautiful. And it's not for your portfolio. It's for your soul. You're about to hear the single most important investment thesis of your entire life. It's a story about cycles, about fear, about the relentless certainty of time, and the one thing you must never sell, no matter how panicked the world gets. Listen closely, because this isn't about getting rich. This is about becoming unshakable. This is about understanding what you truly own and why you are the greatest, most precious asset on earth. Get ready to shift everything. They call him the Oracle of Omaha. They dissect his every word, his every purchase, looking for a hidden map to untold riches. But we're going to ignore the quarterly reports and the balance sheets for a moment. We're going to dive into the heart of his philosophy, the core belief that has allowed him to navigate every storm, every panic, every glorious boom and devastating bust for decades. It's about faith. And I don't mean faith in the economy or the government or the market. I mean faith in the most beautiful, terrifying, and reliable engine of progress the world has ever known, humanity itself. Think about the world he started in. Think about the wars, the depressions, the technological revolutions he witnessed. Every single time, people wailed. They sold out of fear. They declared, "This time is different. It's all over." And every single time, humanity, slowly, painstakingly, but inevitably, figured it out. We innovate, we solve, we build, we grow, and this is the emotional core of his $100 billion wisdom for 2026. Never bet against the trajectory of human progress. Never let the temporary shouting chaos of today blind you to the quiet, undeniable, massive momentum of tomorrow. You see, investing isn't really about money. It's a vote. It's a deep personal declaration of what you believe. When you panic sell your future because of a headline, what are you really saying? You are declaring, "I believe the temporary noise is stronger than the enduring symphony of human ingenuity. I believe the fear in my stomach is a more reliable guide than the history of the world." Is that a belief you truly want to carry? He is telling us to develop an iron stomach. Not for volatile stocks, but for the volatile emotions of the crowd. The market is nothing more than a giant mirror reflecting the collective anxiety and greed of millions of people. And what is anxiety? It's the pretending that a future loss has already become a present fact. It's a lie you tell yourself. You need to step away from the crowd. Step away from the endless cycle of hope and despair. You need to find a place of calm, a sacred space where you can ask yourself, what do I truly understand? What do I know with a certainty that no daily headline can shatter? The answer is shockingly simple: yourself. The greatest advice for 2026 isn't about buying the next AI stock. It's about buying into you. It's about doubling down on your skills, your knowledge, your competence, and your integrity. Those are the assets that no market crash can erase. They are the assets that generate dividends every single day, no matter what Wall Street does. Imagine this. You possess a skill that is valuable, rare, and deeply needed. When the economy struggles, people still need solutions. They still need help. And if you are the one who has invested years, blood, sweat, and tears into becoming indispensable, you, my friend, are the ultimate recession-proof asset. That is the true meaning of compounding. Not the 10th percentile return on a piece of paper, but the unstoppable growth of your own human potential. Buffett teaches us to be patient with results, but impatient with action. Are you waiting for the perfect time to start that business, to learn that language, to write that book, to mend that relationship? You are waiting for the stars to align. But the truth is, the stars align only when you decide to move. The time to sow the seeds is not when the harvest is due. It's when the ground is ready. And the ground is always ready for your dedicated effort. He speaks of a margin of safety. People think he means buying a stock for less than it's worth. But the real margin of safety is what you have built within yourself. It's the emotional resilience to endure the inevitable downturns of life, the market's crashes, the business failures, the personal heartbreaks. If your entire sense of security is tied to things you don't control, you will be tossed around like a small boat in a hurricane. Your real capital is your ability to wake up tomorrow despite the losses and say, I will build again. That fire, that deep, silent promise to yourself, that is your forever asset. Let's talk about the fear, the one thing that truly destroys wealth, not just financial, but wealth of spirit. It's the feeling of being exposed, of being wrong, of being left behind. And in 2026, as the world speeds up, the whispers of fear will become a shouting crowd. Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. This is not just a financial mantra, it's a spiritual one. When the world is drunk on optimism and reckless spending, he says, be careful, preserve your reserves, your financial, emotional, and energetic reserves. Be the quiet one, the disciplined one, the one who does the unglamorous work. But when the world is paralyzed, when the market is crashing, when the news is terrifying, when everyone is screaming that the sky is falling, that is your moment, not to recklessly gamble, but to step forward with clarity and courage. When others see ruin, you must see opportunity, not just in buying a discounted asset, but in buying back your dream at a discount. You see, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the triumph over it. And the only way to triumph is to have a vision so clear and a belief so strong that the temporary panic cannot even touch you. Cannot even touch you. Let's dive deeper into this concept of ownership for 2026. Buffett has famously said, never invest in a business you cannot understand. We apply this strictly to stocks and bonds, but I want you to apply it to your life. How much of your life do you truly understand? How much of your time, your energy, your focus is invested in pursuits where you feel you have a clear, deep, intuitive grasp? Or are you investing your most precious, finite resource, your living moments, into activities, relationships, and anxieties that you barely comprehend, that leave you feeling lost and drained? This is the true hidden meaning of compounding. It is the daily, relentless choice to invest in things that make sense to your soul. If you spend $10 minutes a day building a skill you love, that is an investment that compounds every day. If you spend $10 minutes a day drowning in comparison on a screen, that is a debt that compounds every day, draining your confidence and stealing your joy. The Oracle's greatest lesson is about focus. He often speaks about the 20-slot rule, the idea that if you had a card with only $20 slots for investments in your entire lifetime, you would study each decision with intense, terrifying rigor. You would eliminate the noise, you would ignore the thousands of good ideas to focus only on the handful of great ones. Why don't we apply this $20 slot rule to our lives? How many people do you let take up a slot in your emotional life? How many minor dramas, how many meaningless pursuits, how many fleeting distractions are chewing up the precious space that should be reserved for your core values, your key relationships, and your one true mission? You need to become a ruthless editor of your own existence. If something doesn't move your life forward, if it doesn't give you a true, lasting sense of joy or meaning, it is a speculation. And the greatest investor of our time tells us, avoid speculation. He tells us to look for the businesses with a moat, a deep, wide, protective trench that keeps competitors at bay. What is your moat? What is that unique combination of your experience, your passion, your skills, your personality that makes you irreplaceable? If you are just doing what everyone else is doing, you have no moat. You are easily replaced. But when you combine your work ethic with your deepest curiosity, when you solve problems with your unique perspective, when you bring a level of kindness and integrity that is shocking in its rarity, that is your moat. That is your protection against every economic downturn. That is the investment that pays you dividends of respect, fulfillment, and lasting peace. Think about the concept of time. This is the most underrated aspect of his wisdom. He doesn't look at quarters, he looks at decades. He doesn't obsess over today's interest rate. He sees the relentless, slow, incredible growth of the human future. And this is the emotional challenge for 2026. Can you cultivate a decade mindset? We live in a world of instant gratification. We want the results now. The six-pack in 6 minutes, the $1 million in 1 month, the immediate praise for the smallest effort. This instant gratification mindset is the enemy of true, life-altering success. It's what causes people to quit 2 steps before the finish line. It's what makes them sell their dreams at the first sign of trouble. What if you decided that for the next 5 years, the next 10 years, you were going to dedicate yourself quietly, relentlessly to becoming the best in the world at your chosen endeavor? Not for the applause, not for the fame, but for the sheer satisfaction of maximizing your own God-given potential. That long view, that unshakable certainty that consistent effort, applied to a worthwhile goal, will inevitably yield spectacular results. That is the faith he has. He believes in the geometric power of daily effort. So stop worrying about the next 6 months. Stop obsessing over the momentary dip or surge. Shift your gaze to the horizon. What do you want to be able to say about yourself in 2036? Let that 10-year vision become the compass that guides your daily, humble choices. And finally, let's talk about reputation. He says, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. This is the most human and most vital piece of advice for our modern, frantic world. Your reputation is not what people think you are. It's the sum total of every single choice you have ever made, good and bad. It's your personal brand of trust. In a world where trust is the most valuable and most scarce commodity, your integrity is your greatest asset. When you cut a corner, when you whisper a gossip, when you compromise your values for a quick gain, you are not just hurting others. You are taking a hammer to your own moat. You are devaluing the one asset that compounds faster than any stock, honor. For 2026 and beyond, make an unbreakable vow to yourself. Never sacrifice your character for a temporary advantage. Choose the hard right over the easy wrong. Be the person whose word is their bond. Be the one who runs toward the fire, not away from it. The one who takes responsibility instead of pointing a finger. Because when the storms hit, and they will hit, personally, financially, globally, the only thing that will keep you upright is the strong, deep foundation of a life well lived, built on the rock of uncompromising integrity. This is not complex financial theory. This is the simple, harsh, and beautiful truth of human existence. Invest in faith, invest in focus, invest in time, invest in you, and invest in honor. Those are the 5 eternal stocks that never go to zero. And if you hold them with the conviction of a great man who has seen every cycle, then I promise you, in 2026 and in every year that follows, you will not just be financially successful, you will be profoundly, permanently, unshakably successful. Now, go and build your legacy.